a donation deck list here for Simic Guildmage. We're playing his black-red Reanimator deck. Some sweet sideboard tech here with the Cryptbreakers. Really nice way to get around Graveyard Hate, Surgical Extractions and such. So, hopefully it will murder some people. This deck is very good at murdering people. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Paul. This is not quite the hand we dreamed of. Only a couple Dark Rituals away from turn 1 Griselbrand. Oh my gosh. Let's mull this. Oh wow, this is great. Keep. Let's find ourselves a Dark Ritual. We rarely get a chance to bust out the Griselbrands, I know, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a solid hand right here. Huh. Interesting. I kind of want that. Sounds great. Clear the way for my turn 2 Grizzle. Turn 1, like, discard looting or something. Like, pitch the Entomb to the discard spell. Do Delver, so we have to be worried about days, I guess. Interesting. Huh. I just want to fire off the looting then, and wait on my discard spell. I've got an Entomb anyway in case the looting gets countered. Oh, there's no mountain in the deck, right? There's only swamps. So we expose ourselves to wasteland if we get Badlands. Whereas if we just Entomb, we don't have a black spell for the no, we have the Griselbrand for the Unmask then. Huh. So I think I just want to Entomb Griselbrand in that end step. Yeah, that's the plan. Because then I don't have to expose myself to wasteland. And I'm waiting on the Unmask, because they could cantrip into like a Force of Will. I don't mind the Entomb getting countered, because we have the looting to get the Griselbrand in the yard anyway. Swords to Plowshares, this is Jeskai Delver. Swords is real good against Griselbrand. We'll get to draw some cards, but force us to go off again. Alright, I want to Entomb in response to the Pyromancer, so my opponent can't get a token by dazing me. What creature do I want? There's a Swords in hand. Hey there, Jarvis. There is a Swords in hand. So Chancellor does nothing. We could get an Iona and just name white. Is that ridiculous? 1 bit per power toughness of the Griselbrand. This is kind of tough. I wish we had an Elesh Norn in our deck right now. Like, sweep the board. Jarvis heard the call of Legacy. The call of Legacy goes far and wide. I'm just worried that if I get the Griselbrand, I, like, draw 7, go to 8. It gets plowed, I go to 15, but then they have like a 2-ish turn clock. Whereas Iona, I can name white to turn off the swords. And then like try and get a Griselbrand in play from there. I'm unsure. I really wish I had Elesh Norn right now. Elesh Norn would be perfect here. Then like even if the Elesh Norn gets swords, I'd sweep the board and buy myself a lot of time. Alright, huh? Oh, I have an Unmask in hand. Yeah, you're right. I'm silly. Yeah, you're right, Jarvis. I just felt like the Unmask would probably have to take a piece of counter magic. Maybe that's silly of me. Force. Wow, we were just like completely safe. Alright. Take the swords. Yeah, we could just like never lose if we got the Griselbrand. Oh well, it's fine. Yeah, we can name blue with the Iona. Seems really good. If I get a Badlands, it's just gonna get wastelanded. Now I kind of wish I got the Badlands of the first Bloodstain and Badlands of second, so that we can't be wastelanded off red. I guess I at least force my opponent to use the wasteland when they're kind of tight on mana. Alright. Name blue. Alright, I've only made like 3 mistakes this game. Still kind of winning. But maybe I could have handled this slightly better. Okay. That's not too bad. So I need like a red source so I can fire off the looting. Am I meant to swing with Iona? I put my opponent to 12. But then they bolt me down to 12 and hit me to 6. So Iona's just on defense currently. Alright, perfect. Go ahead and fire off this looting. Interesting. I guess I want the land to flash back the looting. Oh wait, no, I can just exhume the Tidespout, and that seems nice. Yeah. So if I exhume Tidespout, I probably still want the land. And then I can flashback looting to dig for spells. Alright. Next time we get the Tidespout in play, start bouncing things, and then we can start swinging. Twitch chat does always riot. It's like Twitch chat's purpose, right? Oh my gosh. This is a nice draw. Right. Is it bad that I kind of want to fire for looting just to like hope to mise a Griselbrand? Rather than a Tidespout Tyrant? The mighty Tidespout Tyrant. Most fearsome of all the beasts. Alright, let's get this aberration out of play. That game would have been easier if I hadn't been, like, you know, bad at Magic, but we got there. Alright. Elesh Norn seems great. Why didn't they want to play anymore, I wonder? I wonder why. Makers of the Moon is bad against bolts. I assume they leave in bolts against us. Whenever I played Grixis Delver, I just left in, like, 3 bolts against these Reanimator decks. I kind of feel similarly about Cryptbreaker. I feel like all this stuff is just, like, so bad against Lightning Bolt, and they're so inclined to leave in Lightning Bolt against us, to hedge against stuff like this. I know not everyone does things that way, though. Like, I always have Twitch chat tell me to ward out bolts when I play Delver in these matchups. Which is worse, Iona or Tidespout, if we're trimming a target? Yeah, Blood Moon also just seems slow versus Delver, I agree. I agree. Which of these is worse? I assume Iona. Tidespout's also not great because all their... Who donated for this list? This is Simic Guildmage's donation. Deck list. Yeah, I think I like Iona less. I'm not huge on either of them here, but it's also possible Sire is better than the Tyrant. This is definitely not a Simic deck. This is exceedingly not Simic. It's like Mardu. Literal opposite of Simic. I don't think I want to change much else here. I guess they have white sources for swords, right? We could bring in Massacre. Trim like Tyrants and one other thing for the Massacres. Actually seems reasonable to me because they have white sources. What would the other cut be? Kind of like all the discard. To like, you know, break through counter magic and such. Chrome Mox is nice versus Daze though. I'm unsure. I'll try this. People play Mimeoplasm in Legacy. Oh my god. Ooh, this is a reanimation spell away. This is so heartbreaking. This is so close to perfect. Guess I meant to keep this. Have a looting. So I just need to find a reanimation spell. Alright, I'm not going to run my looting into like Flusterstorm here. I'm just going to pass the turn, I think. Play it safe. Delver of Secrets. Interesting. I could just try and fire off this end step Entomb. I think I want to wait though. Perfect. So. Fire off the Unmask off this Entomb. I guess I can play around Spell Pierce, even if I can't play around Fluster. I should have played this last turn because of Fluster. Now I'm just like running into Fluster when I don't need to. Oh wait, no, I can pay 3 mana for a Fluster, I guess. But it's still not ideal, having to crack the Petal. Yeah, Dokamoy. I was meant to run out my Petal turn 1. You are 100% correct. Interesting. Oh, huh? That is a very good hand. That is a lot of counter magic and a brainstorm to protect it all. So I think I take Spell Pierce and then I fire off Therapy on Force. Actually, no. I take the Force and fire off Therapy. If they brainstorm, then the Pierce no longer matters. Yeah, I feel like we can blank the Pierce. I agree. Oh, you take the brainstorm and then just Therapy, Force. That makes sense. I feel like we're going to be so slow then, but... is my concern. I'm going to get a Badlands, weirdly. Because whenever I fetch up my... I guess I can just get a Swamp. Be resistant to Wasteland. Seems fine. Alright, pass the turn because there's that Spell Pierce in hand that we know about. Another Spell Pierce. Rude. Piercing so many spells. So much soft counter magic. Alright, we go to 16. Luckily we're not under that much pressure. We have time, even if my opponent has a lot of interaction ready. Ponder resolves. Please shuffle. God, how good would the therapy be against these spell pierces if we still had the therapy? My opponent chose not to shuffle. That's terrifying. Huh. Interesting. Alright, I think I have to not play around surgical. I have a backup way to get a creature in the yard anyway. Losing out Elesh Norn isn't the end of the world. Ooh, found the Force. Alright. Dece. Now we have Entomb for Griselbrand, though. Upkeep, crack, fetch. Because they don't want the remaining cards, or... on opponent. Yeah, upkeep, crack, fetch, which is what we expected. Alright, go to 12, which is fine. So we still know all of my opponent's hand, since they drew a Ponder for turn. Chose to not shuffle. Grump, grump, grump. So I guess I'm just meant to pass the turn. And go for like End Step Entomb. I know, this is getting real awkward now because of the spell pierce. Making a lot of our reanimation spells bad here. There should be sound. I am talking. Right. This is a little awkward. Let's fire up this looting. Perfect draw, I know, right? Literal perfection. We have all the mana in the world for next turn now. So that's, like, actually not terrible. So if I draw an Exhume, I can cast it through the Pierce. No! How do I ever beat a Containment Priest? Yeah, Tin Fins is the best. This is sadly not Tin Fins. I do love Tin Fins though. Alright. Since I saw Containment Priest, I don't know, I'm wondering if my opponent even still has bolts. We didn't see any removal that game with our discard spells. I don't think the Maguses are good. Like, this plays through Spell Pierce, it plays through Surgical. I feel like my opponent has to still have some removal in, but... Hey there, Charlotte. Great to see you. Oh my gosh, I still love that emote. It makes me so happy. It's also getting confusing because there are now two Charlottes. I apologize in advance. Jam equals black red. Jam is Rakdos in nature. How's it going? It's going okay. Enjoying putting some Griselbrands in play. We haven't actually put a Griselbrand in play, but... Yeah, it doesn't play nicely with Massacre, that's true. Screw it, I'm just gonna run it back. We're on the play. Maybe on the draw I meant to bring this in if once I figure my opponent is lighter on removal. We're on the play, we're just gonna YOLO turn one them, you know. Like Black Red does. Live the Black Red dream you were born to live. We really do, Charlotte. Those are both things that are needed in our lives. Alright, this hand is nice. Let's find ourselves a Lotus Petal. No fear. What's fear? Why would we have fear? We're just jamming. Perfect. Literal perfection. Don't you dare have surgical. No surgical. No! No! Oh. Quite rude. Quite rude. Grump. This is what you get for not unmasking your opponent. Oh yeah, we're 100. We're making this play 100% of the time, Jarvis. I agree. I agree. But ouch. Now the game gets harder. Alright. Well, I guess I'm just gonna flashback this looting. Francis isn't the biggest fan of Griselbrand, but Griselbrand is so lovely. How could you dislike Griselbrand? These. Nice turn 3 coming up. It's a bit awkward knowing Francis has Containment Priest. What am I doing with this therapy? Naming Priest. If I name Priest, the Priest gets flashed in. I guess then I know about the Priest, but I'm kind of tempted to name Swords to Plowshares. Name Callum. Oh my god. Yeah, they can't respond to me naming a card, but I feel like if there's a Containment Priest, it just gets flashed in. Wow. I do not know how to feel about this. Just pay. This is very weird, Jarvis. You're not wrong. Name Spell Pierce in response. Ah. Means my opponent has Fluster. I have 2 Reanimates. I don't know. I'm gonna pay. Take my twofer. And then I think I'm naming Swords to Plowshares if this resolves. Deal. I'll take it. A-okay. It's like a therapied piss, I know. So good. Well, show me another surgical, I guess. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, this is great. This is great. Pass the turn. Reanimate Delver, oh my god. Oh my god, Max Torsion, you're right. I should have reanimated Delver. Yeah. It's like a free right now as well. Because of Elesh Norn. It increases my clock so much. Damn. Max Torsion broke it. Alright. I don't actually have red mana in my deck anymore outside of these petals, which is interesting. Yeah, now it's closer. Am I reanimating Delver, firing off looting, sitting on looting? I feel like it's not sitting on looting. I feel like I want to be doing something proactive. I'm definitely casting the petal, because then I get to play around Pierce. The Delver is such a slow clock. Very easy to answer. I guess if I fire off the looting, I don't get to keep 2 cards. You would take the Delver? Yeah, I think I take the Delver. It's like a pretty slow clock, but I can chill on this looting for a couple turns. Oh my god. Ah! Punish for not taking the Delver last turn, I guess. Alright, I'll take it. You know what? That's a-okay. We're gonna be here a while, folks. Just like staring across the board at each other. Hey, this isn't a bad one. I don't get to keep a reanimation spell in hand if I fire this off. I think I just meant to wait a turn or two. Yeah, if they weren't meant to tag looting anyway and give me the Delver, maybe. The Delver isn't that threatening. Interesting. I wish I had another Badlands in my deck. So I just fire off the looting, I guess. Try and hit a creature to reanimate. You'd fetch for swamp and looting. Oh, would you just flash back the looting? Jarvis? We saw Stoneforge Mystic game 2, Max Torsion. Oh, remove the swamp from my deck. Yep. That's smart. That's smart. Alright. Let's find ourselves a creature. Or these cards. Also these cards. Alright. I guess Animate Dead's technically better because it can take an opponent's creature. Unsure. Don't think it makes any difference. Don't think my opponent plays Stifle. Animate is weaker. Exhume doesn't target, but that doesn't make any difference here, right? Oh, it makes the creature smaller. It does make the creature smaller. It's really hard to get a creature in my opponent's graveyard outside of drawing Massacre. Alright, I'm unsure. I'm unsure which is better. We're in a pretty rough position here, though, with no red mana. I mean... fire off this looting. Just, like, desperately dig for a creature. Excuse me. Speaking of red mana, oh my god, look at us ripping these petals. Rather rip an Entomb, but I guess petal works too. Oh my god. Not like this. Not like this. That Reanimator life. Do you think we might have won if we'd reanimated the Delver Return earlier? I am very good at drawing reanimation spells. That is true, Imogen. That aspect of the deck I'm quite good at. It's certainly not impossible, Jarvis. It's certainly not impossible. Yeah, I agree, Jarvis. I agree with that assessment. Eep. Alert, alert. I feel like Francis has a Containment Priest in hand. Not that it matters too much. But he only casts the Stoneforge once he hit 4 mana. Batterskull. Rude. Alright, we need like an Entomb this turn. And for Francis to somehow have 3 blanks in hand. Step 1. Reanimation targets aren't very good anymore. We've just got the Chancellors. I didn't realise they'd gotten so much worse. Alright. So we kind of need 2 Chancellors in play before we can even start attacking. Which is awkward. Just like a little awkward. Was I right about the Containment Priest? I was right about the Containment Priest. Alright, GG's. I really wonder if I'd have got there if I'd reanimated the Delver Return earlier. Maybe it'd been a tiny bit too slow, and like, of course, Francis might have just had a Swords to Plowshares in hand at the end. But, possibly. It's interesting. Alright, 0-1. Rough start. We've Griselbrand on our side, so how can we lose anymore? We're also supposedly going to face some opponents that are like not as good as Francis at some point. Alright, let's do this thing. Match 2. I have turned to the dark side, in fact. That is not great. We only have 8 reanimation targets in the deck, so we get like 3 looks. Which is just like not that likely. We also don't have protection for it. I think I meant to mulligan this. Hey there, Caius. Good to see you. I think on a 7, it's just like not good enough. Wow, this is worse. Opponent kept 5. Oh, dear lord. I mean, we could draw a Badlands. You'd go to 4. Like, if we draw a Badlands, this hand might be better than a 4. Right? Or like even a Lotus Petal probably makes it better than a 4. So we have a looting to pitch these, and we have the 2 Chancellors to buy time. Yeah, I think we keep this. I think I agree that we're meant to keep this. Perfect. So good at this game. Easy. Easy. Never close. Never even close to close. Alright, we found some Chancellors. I think I have enough Chancellors too. I get that impression. Reanimate off the top would be A+. I would take a Reanimate off the top. It would be on theme. Alright. Naming Force, I guess. Oh wow. I don't think they're going to beat a Chancellor. Therapy myself, name Chancellor, Ritual, Living Death. The dream. The old Malta 5, turn 2 Chancellor. With double days protection. Seems good. Nice deck. This isn't Magic just the easiest sometimes, Francis? Should I sack this Chancellor to Therapy the Rituals? It's basically a 2-for-1. What a game. What a game. I'm ready to somehow lose this game. It's gonna be great. Burning Wish, fetch a bounce spell. See me get tendrils, yep. The way it was meant to be. At least we didn't draw Reanimate. Then our life total will be so low right now. I mean, supposedly their first spell they just let get countered, right? Are they really paying for this? Why would you pay for this? It puts you to 10. It makes this a 2-turn clock. I'm not wrong, right? I can't imagine a world in which paying for this is good. Alright, well... Sure. Good call, Stinger. Good call. Good called shot. You did good work. Dear Lord. That was great. That was truly excellent. So I guess we want these Stronghold Gambits. Hope our opponent doesn't board in Xantid Swarm to get us. Probably Sire. Yeah, Sire seems great. Agree. Tidespout Tyrant seems like the nut low. I'm assuming we want Stronghold Gambit. Just like make our deck more consistent. What do we want to take out though? Sire of Insanity turns on Infernal Tutor. Heard it here first. Stream Decker. Stream Decker was giving me some issues earlier. It wasn't letting me update my deck list. You can take another look at it in a minute, but it was being quite upset at me when I was trying to upload this. I guess I should probably turn off Stream Decker if it's not working though. That's reasonable. At least for now. Extensions, my extensions. Okay, let's just turn off Stream Decker for now, since it's not working. Yeah, Animate Dead's the worst of the reanimation spells. Gambit's just going to make us more consistent and going off quickly. That makes sense. Let's try this. That seems decent. Yeah, we're running Gambits. Phil wants me to try out Stronghold Gambit, so... I assume this is a keep. Double discard against Storm. And then we can dig for a reanimation spell. Oh no, we don't have red mana. Ugh. This sounds like way more awkward than I thought. This hand just doesn't... It tears apart their hand. It doesn't do anything beyond that. But we're drawing to like reanimation spell or Badlands. Yeah, I think we keep... I think post-board's going to be a lot slower, because we're both going to be casting a bunch of discard and keeping each other honest. I'm going to keep. Never mulligan. Exactly. Why would we mulligan? Admittedly, when you mulligan, you get to win off of multi-5s. You don't get to win off a multi-5 when you keep a 7. So there is that. I'm glad you like them, Milkman. I need to start. In January I'm gonna get some more commissioned because we still have one emote slot unused, and we're like only 4 subs away from unlocking another one. So I'm gonna get some more commissioned soon. But I'm very, very keen on the emotes we have now. Perfect draw. What are we naming with Therapy? When is A-Lily Snubby? A-Lily Snubby sounds great. Oh my gosh. Caius, jeez. Thank you so much, Caius. Gifting all those subs, unlocking us the new emote slot. That's incredible. Well, everyone welcome all the new subs. Get some love in chat. Oh my gosh, Caius, you're great. Appreciate you. Welcome to Table Space, Low House, FGC, and Ice Cold Bath. As Knights of Autumn. What am I naming? I kind of want to name Brainstorm. Is that crazy? Or like Dark Ritual? I'm gonna name Dark Ritual because it's something they couldn't play out turn 1. Yeah, I'm gonna name Ritual. It's like the highest chance of hitting, right? Okay. So we have Adnors, Brainstorm, Chain, Infernal Tutor, Thoughtseize. They have no fast mana though, which is really good for us. I just want to Chrome Mox this Griselbrand and take the Brainstorm. I think I like that plan. The Chain of Vapor is really annoying at some point. Oh my gosh, Caius is great. Alright. Let's just snipe this Brainstorm here. I kind of regret not naming Brainstorm on the first one now. I was like tempted to. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Anyway. Hand is pretty good, but they're going to be really slow now. With the Brainstorm gone. Like, they can't dig for pieces as fast and smooth out their draw. If they Thoughtseize us, they're either taking a Looting that we can flash back later, or they're taking an Iona, which they can't really afford to do. So, yeah. So this is just in the graveyard for us to flash back soon enough. Whenever we draw a Badlands, basically. Or a fetch land, Petal. Sick! Alright, let's fire off this Looting. Get this Iona in the yard for next turn. So we have to do like Iona named Blue because of Chain of Vapor. So they can still kill us through that, but it makes a lot of their cards worse. Do I just want to get Griselbrand now? Because they drew Entomb. Oh, I can get Sire, but that gets chained. So that doesn't achieve very much. I think I just want to get Griselbrand now that I've drawn the Entomb. I think that seems really good. I get to like draw 14 and either find discard spells or like reanimation spells for the Iona. Get back my Griselbrand. Oh, I guess they can chain the Animate Dead with the trigger on the stack to buy a turn. That still gets the Chain of Vapor out of hand though. Which seems decent for us. Okay. So this buys a turn. So we could still die here. But then next time we're going to get to Animate Dead the Griselbrand. And we'll have like, almost certainly just win the game from that. Oh my gosh. Come on. I want myself a Griseldad in play. I haven't had one yet today. all we've been doing is making, like, derpy Chancellors. Huh. I'm gonna use the Animate Dead instead, I think. I don't really want to take the... I want to be able to draw more cards, right? No! No! Arg. Alright, now I can just get the Iona on black, I guess. And that's fine. Alright. See what you're up to, opponent. Yeah, Iona seems kind of hard for them to beat now. I don't really know how they beat this, having been through both their Chain of Vapors. Alright. They could draw another blue spell. Swings these for 6. I wonder if I just want to make a Chancellor with this Reanimate. Leaves them dead on board next turn. Might actually just be better than making a Griselbrand and going down to like hardly any life. I could also force seize my Chancellor for me, whatever works for them. Alright, this is lethal on board next turn. I think it's better than getting the Griselbrand. Weirdly. Because, like, getting back Griselbrand, we go down to, like, 5, and then maybe they do some weird stuff of, like, bouncing our creature into tendrils. Derpy Chancellor is the best. Derpy Chancellor's doing work. What? So rude. So rude, opponent. Right on time. Exactly when they wanted this ground seal. Couldn't have had a better moment for this ground seal. Oh my god, I could almost cast this. I want to draw a Dark Ritual next turn. Ground seal, arf, arf. You must, like, hardcast a lot of Sires in this deck because of Dark Rituals. Which is kind of nice. Alright, scoreboard. 1-1. That matchup feels like it must be pretty good for us. I feel like we're just, like, faster than them. We're a bit more redundant in the face of discard, too. Storm is a good matchup. Yeah, I have to imagine it is. I sure was right about the Chancellor. The Chancellor was great. JPA. That's terrifying. This hand is pretty awkward. I think this is a mulligan. This doesn't do anything. But if this was like a Badlands of some description, I would keep. But it just does not do anything. You would keep Caius. Oh, opponents on Sneak and Show. Does JPA literally not play any other deck online? So if it is Sneak and Show, Tidespout Tyrant looks nice. Oh, thanks, Table Space. I don't do a huge amount of Legacy, but I try and do it occasionally. I'm gonna keep this because of potential sneak and showness. And then lose because of it, but... Huh. So I don't want to cast Unmask, right? Oh, huh. What do I do now? I don't want my opponent to know I'm on Reanimator. I guess I'm just meant to jam here, though. Force my opponent to have a force. Opponent's like 40% to have one. Yeah, I'm just going for it. Slightly higher than 40, that's fair. Though we also know 2 of the cards are not force, which I guess affects the percentages as well. No! Alright. It's annoying that I don't have a second black card. You're not wrong. If one of these was like a Griselbrand, this game would be pretty easy. I just meant to fire off the Unmask now. Make sure there's no, like, sneak and show. Means I don't have a reanimation spell anymore. But the secret is out. Maybe what I was meant to do was unmask my opponent and then try and reanimate a Griselbrand. That would be gas. Huh. That sound sucks. What is his hand? Am I taking the Lotus Petal? Oh no, I take a Griselbrand so it's in the yard for me to reanimate. Right? They pitched Preordain. Hey there, Chantel. Great to see you. Yeah, take the Griselbrand, and then if I draw a reanimation spell, I get a Griselbrand. Seems decent. Dece plus, in fact. Reanimate. Come on. One time reanimate. That's not the thing I asked for, deck. I will also accept Badlands. The worst of all the lands. Yep. Which of these am I putting in? I think it's just the Griselbrand, right? If there's an Emrakul put into play, I can try and get the Tidespout Tyrant out. Oh. That one seems good. There's a lot of science happening right now. Definitely is. Alright. Rude. opponent did in fact not whiff. Had this with 5 Force of Wills back up. As always. Huh. Try and put in a Chancellor off my Stronghold Gambit. That seems not great. Yeah, so we were meant to take the Petal, maybe. I wanted the Griselbrand in the yard so I could reanimate it, is the problem. I don't actually know what of these cards I even want. I guess the Sire's decent. Other than that. Oh, Wear Tear for Cage and Leyline. Good shout. Do I just want all 4 Wear Tears? I guess they also just like kill sneak attacks and petals. Like the floor on them is still kind of fine. Iona naming black. Oh, and Iona naming blue. Maybe. My opponent's still... Oh, Iona naming black to turn off Griselbrand. That seems like you just have to like cross your fingers and hope there's an Omniscience coming in then. Maybe though, table space. Maybe. If there's not an Omniscience, it's so rough, but I guess my opponent would only cast the Show and Tell if he had an Omniscience. It's interesting. Right, what am I cutting? Need to cut 3 cards. Sideboarding with this deck is really hard, like, you kind of need everything. Just like redundancy and stuff. I guess because of the discard spells, I could like trim on ways to get my creatures in the yard. Because I'm like, some amount of the time I'm going to be taking a creature from my opponent's hand. That's weird, but kind of makes sense to me. Like, trim these. Faithless Looting is how you play a long game, though. Taking out Entomb feels so loose. But I think I'm going to do it, because I've got the discard spells to take creatures from my opponent's hand to help enable me, which is going to come up some percentage of the time. It seems fine. 12 seconds. It's so many seconds. We could have used so many more seconds, Francis. All those seconds put to waste. Yep. Just Reanimator things. Oh, what's the other discard? I kind of want the Chrome Mox so I can flashback looting next turn if I want. What's the noise? Is there a noise, Charlotte? There shouldn't be a noise. Unmask, Griselbrand, Reanimated. Jesus. I mean... Hollow metal tube being hit. Interesting. I have no idea what that would be. Is it like constant Charlotte? Discard both lands and go greedy. I wonder if it's me, if it's from the microphone or me touching the desk. Where's my water bottle? My water bottles are here. On the desk. I'm really unsure what to get rid of. Yeah, maybe they were. Maybe they were. Is Elesh Norn worth running? Yeah, we have one in the sideboard. I think Elesh Norn is quite good. All in. Just the way it's meant to be played. Come on, Unmask. Show me a Griselbrand. Don't show me an Emrakul. This hand does not seem beatable by any stretch of the imagination. Alright. Quality of life concession time. Not far off. To take the Brainstorm. I don't know if I'm just meant to fire off the Therapy on the cage. I don't know. How do we ever win this? This is real close to quality of life concession time. Alright. That was... When I was playing Sneak and Show, I could never beat this deck. I played like 5 leagues of Sneak and Show, and it felt like half my losses were to this deck. So this hand can pitch a Tyrant into the yard. And then unmask the opponent. It doesn't have a reanimation spell, but if it draws one, it makes a turn 1 Tyrant. And we have like 12 live draws. I think this is a keep. I have to imagine this is a keep, because of the looting being so good. Tyrant is a really unexciting thing to reanimate, but I'm going to keep this. Dredge. Interesting. No idea how this matchup goes. They have the LED. They don't have a Dredger in the yard. Does not seem ideal for them. Alright, let's fire off this looting, see what we can find. We can find a Reanimate, huh. And now the Chancellor makes things pretty awkward for them, potentially. So I discard Chancellor Tyrant. Oh, also I could just like, I could just get a Griselbrand. Is the other option. Because I have this Entomb. How do people feel about just getting a Griselbrand instead? Like, Chancellor seems decent. It's good against looting, it's good against their flashback spells. The Elesh Norn's in the sideboard, unfortunately. If we had an Elesh Norn in the deck, I would get it, but it's currently in the sideboard. So it's like Chancellor or Griselbrand. The Chancellor is very good. Get Iona named Black. Maybe. There's also just like a looting in their yard. You can just like name red. I wonder if we unmask and then just get an Iona. Unmask, take away an enabler. Get Iona, name red. Oh no, they might have Cephalid Colosseum. So they could be waiting on the Lion's Eye Diamond because of Cephalid Colosseum. That would be the logical reason they're waiting on it, right? Probably just get Griselbrand. This is so hard. Like, all the targets are, like, kind of unexciting here's the problem. I think it's Iona or Griselbrand. I don't think it's the Chancellor. Alright. Make the Griselfather, draw 7. Just fire off this Unmask. My first Griselbrand. I feel so blessed. They did have the Cephalid Colosseum, they just don't have a Dredger though. Interesting. So I just take the Careful Study, right? So they have 2 breakthroughs. Is there noise still happening? By the way, to the people who were wondering about the noise that was happening. So I don't know exactly what's causing it, but it's not happening. That is good. That's good news. This might be mainboard Forcible Dredge. What with, like, prize amalgams? Seems to have stopped. Awesome. That is great news. Makes me very happy to hear. I haven't seen the Forcible Dredge lists before. Hey there, Selene. Good to see you. What are they doing? Breakthrough. And then they get to looting afterwards. That's really scary. Keeping 1 card in hand in case they can find an LED. Two Stinkweed Dumps. This is scary. I guess this is why you can't get Iona on black. Because then you can never beat the army of zombies. When they just chump block with their Narcomoebas. That's why Iona in black probably isn't very good. Also, this makes drawing 7 look really embarrassing, I guess. Because now they get to therapy me. Exhume seems poor here. You're not wrong. I can therapy their bridges away. Oh my god. I like how all 3 of the spells in our hand are kind of blank. I like that bit. Named Animate Dead. Okay. Good news, opponent's not ghosting. Also, unsure how we win. Also that. Hit them for 7. I guess I can play a Chancellor. They don't have a... Oh, they do have an Icarid. They only have 1 Icarid, though. I guess I attack for 7 and just, like, take the Icarid. Draw 7. We can't draw 7 at the moment. Alright, put you to 10. Reanimate Tyrant. Yeah, it's interesting. So, reanimating Chancellor is the safer play. Because we cut them off of casting spells from their graveyard next turn if they want to use the Colosseum. Whereas reanimating Tyrant gives us the better chance at killing them next turn. So I'm not sure which is better. I can Exhume Tyrant and bounce whatever they make. Ooh, that is smart. Yeah, and then I can reanimate the Chancellor. Potentially. Regardless, I'm going to go for this Exhume. Because I think the Chancellor keeps me safe through a lot of their ways to kill me here. Yeah, they only have 1 Icarid in their yard, right? And we're going to have 2 blockers. This matchup is weird for me. I feel like it gets easier when I have a Elesh Norn in my deck. Combat. How does one combat? What is a combat? I don't think any of these are better than just reanimating my Chancellor. My Chancellor just seems great. Just bounce the Stinky. What is a combat, really? Questions we will never know the answer to. Oh my gosh, that sounds great. Prometheus. Reanimate as Coffin Purge. Exactly what the card's meant to do. Alright, thanks to the Chancellor, I think we're safe. But we'll see. The Chancellor stops them reanimating anything, right? Unless they have a land in hand. Also, they just hit 0 Narcomoebas. Wow, they just had 1 Narcomoeba in their top 46 cards. That's kind of absurd for us. What if they have Reach? I don't think they play any Reach. They're not like Modern Dredge with Creeping Chill and Conflagrate. Okay. Alright. Well, that worked out. Let's bring in this Elesh Norn. And then stare forlornly at the rest of our sideboard. The rest of our sideboard, there's Sire is good here, right? Clearly. Sire seems A+. 10 out of 10 with Sire again. Time to board it in Grafdigger's Cage. They have ley lines. Oh, they're bringing in ley lines. Okay, we're gonna bring in Werters then. So I guess we're meant to cut the Exhumes. Bring in Cryptbreakers just because they can die to bridge? Huh. Cabal Therapy also seems not great. Yeah, Exhume is nice versus Gravestone. Maybe Exhume's fine. I kind of want to trim some therapies anyway. We did hit another remote goal Gavroff. We now have two empty slots. So I'm going to get some commissioned in early January. Therapy kills bridges by sacking my reanimation targets. I'm unsure completely how to sideboard here. I think this is fine though. Unmask is worse than Therapy. By sacking my Cryptbreakers. This has an answer to a ley line. But doesn't seem the best. I have to do end of turn discard, right? Which seems really slow. What more could I want? Turn 8 Griselbrand. I think I have to keep this because they like snapped off their 7. It's quite personal, Sadie. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm not in love with it, but I think having an answer to leyline is really key as well. Right, is it awkward that if we want to kill the leyline, we don't get to end of turn discard? No! No! Rip us. I guess this isn't a rip, it's a leyline, to be clear. Name's Griselbrand for the value, get the 2 for 1. Oh my god. Gotta get your 2 for. Kinda curious what they name here. Damn it, Juan, getting all the value, I know, right? I mean, does it make any difference, Francis? I think they just know they want to run out the therapy this turn, right? Unfortunately, we showed them the Scrubland last game. Which we probably shouldn't have done. Because the Scrubland lets them know that we're playing Wear Tear instead of the green one. Whatever the green spell was called that some people play. We don't know that they're sniping. I think Wear Tear is like a perfectly reasonable name there. Reverent Silence. Yep, that's the one. We're on the hope they mill a Dread Return target plan. Oh my god. I guess once they go Hellbent, Gambit's good, huh? I didn't think about that. Once they go Hellbent, Gambit becomes decent. Yeah, they do not have a Dredger, which is good news. It's certainly something. I guess I'm firing off this Unmask. Animate Dead and Alchemy, but let's... It has 0 power, Caius. It doesn't even kill them. What am I pitching? I don't think it's Dark Rit. Might just be the other Unmask. Unmask their dread return target. Oh my god. No! I'm punished for pitching the other Unmask. Well, that's really brutal. I guess they're like really close to activating Colosseum anyway, and they can loot anyway. So it doesn't actually matter. Anyway. Just draw a looting, find a wear tear and a white source. Bridge from Below is a really silly magic card, Selene. Probably shouldn't exist. Okay, there was Fug in the yard. I mean... Am I Animate Deading their Fug? Their hand at the moment is... Breakthrough Mystery card. The problem is the second Breakthrough is just going to find something. Right? The second Breakthrough is just going to find... a Dredger, as is the Colosseum. I don't really know how I win this, though. It is funny. It is definitely funny. That is true. I wonder if opponent would have named Reverent Silence if I hadn't shown them the Scrubland last game. Kind of interesting. Eep. Fire off the Therapy. This seems not ideal. They get their Narcomoeba on top 2 for the dredge value. I guess you're trying to accumulate dark rituals. That's the plan, Francis. Cast this Griselbrand the proper way. Hey there, or... Oh my god, they left us with the dark ritual and the Griselbrand. They also get to Cephalid Colosseum though, which I assume means we're dead. Or Breakthrough, same deal. Let's just move swiftly on here. Move on with our lives. Interesting. Getting out graveyarded, I know, right? Pretty hard to know what to do here. Maybe we are meant to have the Gambits in the deck, like someone suggested. We have a lot of bad cards. I think we can afford to make room for some of these. For when they go Hellbent. Like, they discard their dredgers, then you can, like, Gambit stuff in if there's a ley line down. Oh, they just dredge cards back. That's true. That's really awkward. Maybe they're not good. They would have been good that game, but that game was very weird. Like, intensely weird. I just feel like so many of the cards in my deck are bad, though, against them. It's kind of tough. Cryptbreaker is flavorful. I just don't feel like exiling the bridges matters that much. I feel like if they've gotten to the point where the bridges matter, we're already dying. Interesting. I mean, this can beat a ley line. They're gonna mulligan to ley line, right? I mean, we're on the play. We get to kill the ley line, Francis. I'm gonna keep this. They're gonna mulligan to ley line. We're gonna feel really smart. Mulligans to 4. No, I feel so not smart now. Opponent made me feel the opposite of smart. White. Ah. Interesting. Huh. So we got the Entomb for a creature, we got the reanimation spell, we just need to land for this wear. But they're going to be really slow because they've mulled to 4. So, maybe. What a hand. Isn't it beautiful? Don't you dare therapy me. Holy hell. No. No. This is such a tell. Maybe they name Exhume. Maybe they name Exhume. Can't cast where it costs 2 mana, sadly, for a round. Otherwise I would have. It would have been great. Alas. Oh, they were targeting themselves? Awkward. But, thank you for becoming a Knight of Autumn. That Twitch Prime sub. Everyone get some love in chat for Bet. Celebrate our new night. Also, yes, that was very amusing. They were actually just targeting themselves and I'm just oblivious. Alright, alright. That's decent. Hall of Fame plays, apparently. Oh my god. Please don't therapy me. They cannot therapy me. Opponent's in a little bit of trouble. Needs to get Elesh Norn as they can't beat the card. Griselbrand's so much more fun though. Have you read Griselbrand? Fun value has a lot of value. It does not actually work quite as well when you're not in the Hall of Fame. You're not wrong, Paul. You are not wrong. Sick. Look at this perfect keep. Working out just as planned. Was there ever any doubt? Alright, 2 and 2. Let's get this 3-2. The 3-2 that was written of in olden times. Let the legend come to pass. Free 2 hype. 3-2 is always so hype. All you can ask for out of life. Lock up the easy 3-2. Huh. Alright. Could be worse. Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal. That's so close to Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal. I just discard these two, right? And then I can wait on... Do I wait on the Unmask, or do I fire it off now? Waiting on it means I can play around them drawing a counterspell. Yeah, I think we wait. They can't chalice us out of the game. I guess they could turn 1 kill us. Seems fairly improbable. I think we wait to play around counter magic off the top of their deck. Yeah, they'll chalice for 1, exactly. And then we just Animate Dead. Feel really smart. Ooh, polluted Delta. Please don't storm me on turn 1. I'll feel really silly. The old don't cast my discard spell, die to storm. Storm kill turn 1. The way it was meant to be. I guess the other argument is you could like unmask on turn 1 to take away a discard spell from your opponent. It's kind of interesting. Resolves. It's A-OK. Yeah, the duress thing isn't a good argument for doing it, I agree. That's definitely a good argument. Right, I'm going to fire off the Unmask rather than the Therapy, because Unmask covers everything. Easy. Easiest game of my life. So are we against Storm or some sort of control-ish deck? Unmask Belieful. 0 mana, exile a black card, you win the game. Is that good? They didn't even wait to see the reanimation spell. I guess they just like figured we had it. I guess if they're on Storm, it means we can't board in Gambits, because they might be on Grixis control. So that's actually pretty smart, the snap concession. If they do figure we just like 100% have a reanimation spell. Could be just some Delver nonsense. It could be. It's kind of tricky to know what to do. I think I'm gonna board out Tyrant and board in Elesh Norn to hedge against Delver nonsense. I think Tyrant is like pretty unexciting against both the control decks and the Storm decks. Or I could board in Sire on like same basis. Sire is like pretty good against both control and Storm. Alright, this seems fine. I'm just gonna run it back very similar to last game. What's going on? Just casting some Griselbrands. The thing we were born to do in our life. I guess we aren't casting the Griselbrands. Casting the Griselbrands sounds like misinformation. If they're on Storm, we want to keep this hand because we have 2 discard spells. This hand also does nothing against a control-y deck. So I think I meant to mull. Find something more proactive. It's like a red source away. If you draw enough dark rituals. We've yet to do that today, Imogen. I've done that with Tin Fins a bunch. That always comes up with Tin Fins like way more than you expect. I can go Ritual Therapy myself, or I can just Therapy them and set up for turn 2 Iona, make sure the way's clear. They get to 7s, they probably have something here. If it resolves, do we name Brainstorm, Force, or Surgical? Those are the 3 cards we care about. Yes, we name all of them. All 3 of them. I've had that happen with Tin Fins, Max. Me and a Dredge player both put in turn 0 Leyline, and then I proceeded to like... Oh no, I didn't put in Leyline, I went like Surgical your thing, discard your thing, Surgical your thing to keep them from going off. And then I like cast a Griselbrand on turn 4 with 2 Dark Grits. Yeah, I think Force is a decent shout. It's like if they're a combo deck, we kind of want to name Brainstorm as the thing. If they're a combo deck, they probably fire off the Brainstorm in response to the Therapy. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe they don't fire off the Brainstorm. Maybe they're next level in us. They did, like, wait a bit before letting the Therapy resolve. I'm gonna feel really silly when they're on Storm. Ooh, we hit. Perfect. I guess we'd have hit either way, but taking the Force is great. Let's have this hit our Iona, huh? Sounds great. They have a Diabolic Edict and a Jace. So they have an answer to Iona regardless, but we have a Therapy. Yeah. I don't know, it's tough, but some people don't Brainstorm in response. Because they assume that you then won't name Brainstorm. And they don't want to, like, waste their Brainstorm. Which makes it a bit tough to know exactly what to do. Naming Force seems to have worked out. Oh my gosh, Stinger, that's absurd. Just exactly how Mono Black Reanimator is meant to be played. Exactly what's meant to be done with the deck. Hardcast Iona off Lotus Petals. My hand is pretty good at the moment. Based on like the 3 cards we know they could have access to. We shouldn't Therapy ourselves. Yeah, it's pretty awkward Therapying ourselves. So I can like Reanimate the Iona. Yeah, but they have a blue answer and a black answer, exactly. Exactly, Heat Checker. I could Exhume it and then name blue. Force my opponent to Edict her, and then Reanimate her naming blue again. If they're patient, they can Edict on our end step and just take 7. This is the problem, because they're going to know about the other reanimation spell off our Therapy. I think doing this just doesn't achieve anything because of what we know about their hand. I think we just have to wait. It's a bit sad, but I think it's where we're at. I think we just wait. Sago. Like, currently we only have an opening if they mess up. So, I'm not really about the hoping my opponent messes up life. What is this? Gummy. Okay. That's a 5/5. Big fish. The biggest. I guess now I need to stop them getting Jason play next turn. They clearly have a counterspell though. Maybe I just have to therapy naming Jace. I think this is getting countered regardless. Because of the Underground Sea, but I think we just cannot beat that Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's still in their hand. Wow. Take both your Jaces, opponent. Alright, that was good for us. Yeah, I was 100% taking Jace. Easily. No, they didn't take my Iona! Oh. Right. Sago. No worries, Or. I'm doing okay. I didn't sleep terribly well last night, which is largely my own fault, but I have cheered up a lot. Oh, can we just unmask ourselves? Excellent point. Excellent point, well presented. No comment. Alright, this is good. Oh, if I reanimate the Iona, I die? Huh. Because I go to 0 because of the Catacombs plus Reanimate if I do the looting. I would really like to unmask them though. Exhume it. I mean, we can pitch the Iona and exhume her, then we don't get to have unmask protection for the Force, is the problem. Which I would kind of like. It's tough. If we cast Looting, what are we drawing to? We're drawing to, like, any reanimation spell that costs less than 9, or Lotus Petal, or Chrome Mox. I think if we lead on looting, my opponent just forces the looting, though. Their force is live is the problem. So, like, we have to unmask before we loot. Chrome Mox doesn't do it. Yes, Chrome Mox. It needs to be like Chrome Mox plus Colored Spell. That's a fair point, Prometheus. Off the looting for Chrome Mox to work. I worry that leading on looting is just going to eat the Force. It's my fear. Still going to go for it. Yeah, if we miss, we're live on Exhume too. That's true. And if we miss, we can just unmask the Iona next turn. Wow. Get wrecked, Autumn. Alright. Oh. Hey there, shop. Good to see you. Guess I'm passing the turn now. Next turn I unmask them and exhume. Exhume, name black. Colligan's command. Okay. Getting punished for your mistakes is the worst. You're not wrong. Normally I get away with everything, Paul. Normally that's how this works. Normally we're a no justice stream. But not today. Oh no, they reanimate pitches to the Unmask, Charlotte. No! They drew surgical? Oh. Oh. Wow. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. Pretty sure we're dead. Yep. Yep. Alright, game 3. On the play. Can't lose. Well, they have Colligan's command in. It just makes the Cryptbreakers seem real awkward. I think I meant to bring this in though. It's also good against it's good against Diabolic Edict. I feel like this is good. I feel like Magus is great here too. Magus and Cryptbreakers both seem nice. Yeah, the Colligan's commands are very medium, for sure. Yeah, I think these are good. I'm gonna bring them in. I think Iona is not great. Because they have Jace and Edict. Like, she seemed awkward that game, right? Probably worse than our other targets. Oh my god, you can reanimate these? Oh yeah, you bought out a Griselbrand because they bought in Surgical, right? So then if they Surgical your Griselbrands, you're not too low on things to reanimate. That makes sense, shop. That actually makes a lot of sense. Need to cut 2 more Magic the Gathering cards. Yeah, I think I like the Tyrant as a reanimation target here. I agree. Tyrant seems nice. Just like trim on things. What's the final cut? Who needs mana? Why do we need to cast our spells, Keystone? They usually run 3 basic, but opponent didn't fetch basics that game, shop. Right. Probably Chrome Mox, yeah. Rely on use the more reliable mana sources instead. It's kind of awkward when we're boarding in Magus and taking out mana. Since Magus is expensive. This is tough. Let's try this. Alright, I'm on the play. This is for the free to. I mean, if this draws a reanimation spell, it's golden. It's very good at clearing the way. Is it bad that I kind of want to keep this? We're drawing to like any reanimation spell, which we have 12 of. I'm gonna keep this. It's drawing like very live. It's very good at breaking through their disruption. I think I'm unmasking first to see if they have any pairs in their hand, and then I can fire off a therapy and make that my turn 1. Because getting a pair with the first therapy before they can like fire off one of a pair of brainstorms or a pair of ponders or something is decent. It also just ensures that the therapies are gonna hit. Seems reasonable to me. Alright. Unmask you. See what's going on over there. Opponent. Let me see what's up. Huh. Interesting. So I take Force, they fire off Fort Seas, I fire off Entomb. I guess is the plan. Take Fort Seas or else you'll have to reveal this hand to the opponent. Kinda want to take the Force. Yeah, the therapies aren't even good though if I take the Fort Seas, because then they hold up Brainstorm. Whereas I think taking the Force forces them to fire off the Seas. To like, play it as carefully as humanly possible. And then we get to fire off Entomb in response. Hey there, Francis. I think they have to just play it safe and cast Fort Seas here. Now that they don't have any other disruption in their hand. That's fair, Francis. Maybe. I didn't really want to like reveal to my opponent that I was planning on casting Entomb. But playing around them drawing a Fluster or a Force is definitely reasonable. Unsure. Yeah, they might have drawn Fluster or Pierce. In which case I get punished. I look very silly then. At least if they go to Pierce this, I get to like shred their hand. There's just wait on Entomb then. I could do... I think if they Pierce this, I just get to tear apart their hand though, because then they don't have Brainstorm up. Whereas at the moment they have Brainstorm up, which means I can't Therapy them. Right? As long as they have Brainstorm in hand, I can't actually cast Therapy. That's fair shot. That's fair. Reasonable point. God, now I feel like I can't even cast the therapies. Because they have a brainstorm in hand, it just achieves nothing. So I should save them for like the turn I'm trying to go off. I feel like casting therapies now achieves literal nothing. They just hide the cards they care about. It turns on surgical. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a fair point. Turning on surgical is far from ideal. Card is very scary. Surgical is our friend? Why is surgical our friend, Francis? That sounds like the opposite of true. God, Cryptbreaker would have been absurd this game. If we'd had Cryptbreaker on one. We just like start making zombies now. Surgical is life. Oh my god. This one weird 0 mana trick drives Reanimator players crazy. On opponent. Oh wait, my opponent's lost connection, apparently. Alright, alright. Hopefully they're back in a second. I want to see how dead I am. Show me how dead I am. Otherwise I might have to vintage cube. Dangerous proposition. When you play K command against Reanimator, you've truly lost connection. I only just realized my stuff has changed size on the layout. It looks really funky. I think I know why that is. It's kind of awkward though. I made the mistake of duplicating them for the other layout. I can rebuild, but surgical isn't in vintage cube. Because they wanted people to have fun. Fort sees me. Sure. Resolves. Go ahead, do your worst. Just like we used the therapy, I know, right? We didn't even have to pay. They even had to pay life for it. So good for us. Griselbrand. Interesting. It's not the best draw I've ever had in my life. I guess I'm just passing the turn here. Now we're covered in case they cast Show and Tell. Now we feel really bad when they cast Surgical. Surgical exposure high. Yeah, it's not the best. God, when we go to therapy them next turn, they get to hide their Jace. Kind of brutal. Interesting. Yeah, for sure. The opponent just wants to wait for us to try and reanimate this before surgically. Surgical reacts only. The only true react. Truest reaction in all the land. Alright, so we have approximately zero idea what their hand is now, other than that it has a Jace in it. Jace is quite good. I'm probably going to try and take that. Oh, this is a gummy. Big fish. Alright, resolves. They're waiting before passing the turn. I feel like they have surgical in hand. I don't know how we beat that. I'm not sure it's useful information for us to have. But classic battle of zombie fish versus Griselbrand. Unfortunately, I feel like these Griselbrands are unlikely to hit this battlefield. They're probably going for a rest in the exile zone. Yeah, they surgical in response, yep. Oh, huh? I feel like I'm getting punished for not mulling to a hand that does something. I was thinking we had like so much ability to fight through disruption. And we were drawing really live to like a huge chunk of our deck, but maybe you just need to have something super proactive against their deck. Right. They have a Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster is kind of sad times, you're not wrong. Yeah, for sure, Shop. I think I agree with you on that. Especially based on how this game's gone. I just figured we needed to break through that disruption. Maybe I was overrating how much disruption they'd even have. Interesting. I mean, Entomb's a start, right? We don't have long, though. Entomb for looting, huh? Yeah, I agree, Shop. I agree. We should have mulled for a hand that did something proactive, rather than something that tried to, like, grind and interact. They have Brainstorm and we don't, right? So trying to grind is not ideal. Better to just hope they only have like one piece of disruption and that your 6 can push through it. Second Entomb would be ideal, yeah. Agree. Strong agree. Then we get to go Entomb, Exhume. They surgical in response to the Exhume, and we get to Entomb again. Over the top of it. Alright. Entomb off the top. But also accept a Faithless Looting. Like, Faithless Looting can get there. It's like real close. I'm gonna unmask them just because I'm curious to see how dead we were. We can take the Snapcaster, that's true. That's true. If we pay mana for it, we die to the fish. I think we take the Snapcaster. And then we Exhume, Snap, and Entomb. Just hope the other two cards in their hand are blanks somehow. Oh, that's not how Exhume works. It is not. You're right. I'm being silly. You said take Snapcaster. I was assuming that meant we could do something. But we just can't. We're just like stone dead. Alright. Cool. That's kind of rough. This deck always seems so much scarier when I'm playing against it. Whenever I play against it, they just like turn 1 me through multiple pieces of interaction. The Cryptbreaker seem nice though. If you draw like Landon, you'll win. Indeed. I think I prefer Wear Tear over Reverent Silence. I'm not like entirely sure. Reverent Silence is like more explosive. But you also have to like keep your Bayou alive, which is like a bit awkward. Cryptbreakers are nice though. I think not having an Elesh Norn in the main deck is pretty awkward. Like, we had 2 different games. Game 1s where we really wanted to be able to reanimate this. And we still won the game anyway, but the games were like closer than they had to be. It's interesting. Alright, let's move away from these combo decks. Play something I actually know how to play. Yeah, the Iona Elesh thing is just a meta call. That makes sense, Shop. I think I agree with that. Just like, do you want to beat combo or like creature decks?